Welcome to One on One. My name is Josh, or Envyerz, a series where I interview artists. And today I have a very special guest with me. His name is Jahn Rome. Introduce yourself, tell the people what you're about.
Yo, what's up? My name is Jahn Rome. I'm an artist. I'm from Maryland, rapper, singer, songwriter. Love making music. I love performing, and I just love connecting with people through my art and through my performances.
Hope you know that, of course I miss you. Maybe I pass on every tissue. I will still sigh and I will wish I was better. Why the long face? Why the long face? Aren't you on your way home?
All links to his social media and his music will be in the description for you guys to go check out and support. He just released his project, So Much for So Long. But first, we could talk about how I found out about you and your music. I found you through a Promoting Sounds video.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is it So Many Words? That's the music video that you had on Promoting Sounds?
Yeah.
When was that? 2016? Was that 2016?
So I made the song in 2016, but the Promoting Sounds actually posted it like only a little over a year ago. Yeah, in like March or maybe early April. But yeah, that was a big look for me especially at the time. I mean, even now that'd be a great look to get another video up there, but like at the time it was like I was still I mean, I'm not super known now, but like I was very unknown at the time, and like I was just starting all my singles and just starting to put out music on like a bigger scale. And that was a huge look for me. And that was like, it was just one of those things where like leading up to it, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen right now. And this might be the first time like I get a video with over 5,000 views. And then it ended up getting like 25,000 views, which was at the time was crazy to me.
Yeah, I definitely know how that feels, man. Looking back at that video I first saw in 2016, there's So Many Words. I don't know if you want to say any rappers' names, but I saw a lot of comments comparing you to another artist.
Yeah, to Russ, yeah.
Yeah. He's like the SoundCloud, one of the SoundCloud guys that a lot of people set their mold after.
Yeah,
was he one of the guys that you set your SoundCloud mold after as well?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, like when I first like had the idea to do it, to do like a single every other week and do consistent cover art and stuff like that. I don't think I really knew much about Russ. However, that's not to say that it wasn't inspired by Russ, because even if maybe I didn't know about Russ at the time of me like conceptualizing doing it that way, like Russ still influenced people that influenced me, you know what I mean? And then once I saw Russ, like I was like, oh, okay. And then, you know, that was probably by the time I was actually releasing them, I had already knew about Russ, and I was like, okay, yeah, like this is definitely in that model, but a lot of people are doing this model, and Russ was just one of the first ones to do it. And so, you know, I appreciate that model was even done and could be used by other people in a way that was authentic to them. So, yeah, I mean, I personally think like he's a genius for that in understanding that his music is so, you know, for better or for worse, is so consistent, and by, you know, pushing it out and branding it in a way that plays upon that consistency, to me is just like that. He's genius for understanding how to tap into his own potential, which I'm sure he would agree with. For me personally, I think, you know, I did those singles like at first where I would do them like every other week, kind of in the model he was, where it's like very consistent cover art and like consistent branding to the point that it's like.
And you did that all yourself, correct?
Yeah, I do all my cover art and stuff like that.
Still to this day, you still make all the cover art?
Absolutely. All the cover art you see, all the flyers, all the little like teaser videos. I do most of my editing, but sometimes I work with an editor. And like at shows, obviously, I can't film myself while I perform, so I have somebody film for me, and then I do the editing afterwards. But it's just because like I feel like as the artist that I am, and I'm trying to be, like I have to have that creative control in other aspects of my career stuff other than just the music. Like I have to be able to design my own logo and like design my own cover art, because like if you can do it, you should, because then it's your vision.
Why pay somebody else, right? When you could do
it
yourself.
I mean, there's that too. Yeah. Oh man, like I spend so much money on music shit. I couldn't even if I had to pay for cover art too. Oh my god, like it would be so bad, because people charge a lot for cover art. So, but yeah, and then, but me personally, like like I'm about to put out this 10-song project, or I guess, you know, when this interview comes out, the 10-song project might be out. But it's like, me personally, like I actually think I more naturally gravitate toward creating projects and not toward creating like consistent singles that are loosies. Not to say
what's your opinion on singles and then a project?
My ideal is to be able to release projects and do it the way I'm like this rollout right now, where I'm doing like a single and then 3 weeks later another single and then 3 weeks later another single and then a teaser and then it comes out, like where people have 7 new songs to listen to. Like ultimately I do, as an artist, I think I prefer that. However, I understand like as a consumer, like it's so hard to have that kind of attention span unless it's somebody like J. Cole or Kendrick or something, where it's like you have the attention span for them because you've been waiting like a year to hear their music.
And how is that, by the way? Because you said you go 3 weeks. Well, that's what you've been doing, right? 3 weeks without posting a new song and then hitting them with a new single, right?
Yeah.
How's the fan reception from that? Because when it comes to YouTube videos, you don't upload a video like a week. That seems like a year in fans' eyes. So it's like, wow, come on.
Yeah, for sure.
There was a period, it was like 5 or 6 months of no new songs. How was that as an artist? Like, were people coming up to you saying, oh, when's the next song or whatever?
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Because if I were to do something like that, like I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but with YouTube in particularly, like if you don't upload, like I said, more than a week, you're gonna be forgotten about. Did you have like do you feel like people forgot about you? Or
honestly, I don't. Maybe if I was on a bigger level, I would have been more afraid of that, but I don't. I mean, I was worried about it for sure, but I don't think people did, only because I was playing so many shows. And so because I was playing a bunch of shows, it was sort of like, if you can think about it this way, like I released, 13 singles or whatever in the first like 9 months of the year. And then the last 3 months I played shows. So that model, even though it's like a local, like smaller artist level,
people in your area would be like, oh, I know who this guy is, etc.
Exactly. And it was kind of like, all right, I released all these songs. Now it's time to go on my local tour. You know what I mean? And so I just played a bunch of shows locally and opened up for like tours that were coming through the area, and, got a chance to be in front of their fans and that kind of thing. And because of that, it sort of like gave the songs that I didn't give much chance to shine because I was releasing so often. It gave them more love and more of a chance for like people to connect with them. And ultimately it kind of worked to my benefit. But it was scary. I mean, it was really, because it was like I was releasing every 2 weeks for like 7-8 months, and then I just stopped. And I stopped because I was like, I don't want to put out, like I had at that point when I stopped, I had this project done, but it was just a matter of me like waiting for it to get mixed and mastered and finished up, and like to get, waiting for emails and all this kind of stuff. And so I was like, I'm sitting on these 10 songs, but I can't put any of them out. I don't want to put any out because like they deserve to be on the project and they deserve to come out at the right time. But then the great thing was that in January, when I was not expecting to be able to even release music then, I did this 24-hour session at House Studios, which is this like local, super supportive of local artists, and like this studio in Maryland actually. And I did this 24-hour session with this producer named Nick Anthony, and we came out of the 24-hour session with a 3-song EP, which we didn't expect. Like we weren't sure what to expect. For all we knew, we weren't even going to finish a song, but we got 3 songs out of it. And so we just like put that out in March. And it was kind of like a good way to be like, hey, I'm still here. Like,
cool definitely shit. Because when I was looking for like SoundCloud artists, I was like, what's a good artist I could put on this video that I personally enjoy and feel like is gonna have a big year? It was around that time. I think I don't know if it was like a coincidence or whatever, but like a month or like a few weeks later, you put out that project. So I was like, oh, awesome, that's amazing. And my personal favorite on that is the Old Boy track. I like the singing, the rapping.
So glad.
Got a nice style.
Good. Thank you. I open up my shows with that right now. So
yeah, I think that's one of the best songs I've heard that you have out right now. Well, technically, by the time I upload this video, a lot.
I love the project.
Your full project's gonna be out. Yeah. So we could talk about that next if you want to.
Yeah. Let's do it.
There's so much for so long, correct?
Yes.
My personal favorites, I already told you this, but I believe it's Freeze, the first single you put out.
Cool.
And then On the Side.
Yep.
And which one was the other one?
Was it Ready for More? When you told me, I was like, yo, 2 of those are getting videos and 1 of those is a single. So I was like,
Yeah.
You picked them right. You picked them well.
Are those some of your favorite tracks as well? Is that why the videos?
Yeah. I mean, I think the way I approached it was like, so Freeze and Raindrops and then this song with Teddy Bear called Give and Take are the singles. And the 3 of those do not have music videos, at least not yet. But Ready for More and then On the Side are both. Ready for More, that video is done. On the Side is getting a video. I'm probably going to do another video for another song that wasn't a single. And I think it's because, like, I believe in all of these songs. And so, like, if a song was a single, then, like, I want to do a different song to have a video because I just want people to, like, experience the whole project in different ways.
Which song do you feel like will be the most popular with fans?
Dang. I wasn't sure before, but now that Raindrops is out, I'm kind of thinking Raindrops is going to be the one. It's definitely the song I believe in the most. It's my favorite song on the project. It's a little more depressing, sort of. It's more somber, but it's like if you're a fan of my music and you connect with me already, you're really going to love the song. You know what I mean? But if we're talking about like people in general and potential fans, I think songs like maybe Freeze, On the Side, and then possibly Double Take, because that's a super accessible poppy one, could be better just because they're more of like the jams that you can kind of just listen to and leave on, you know what I mean, in the background and just like vibe to, and just like the beats are good. But like I said, I love them all. These are all my babies. Like, I believe in all these songs. And I love performing them. Like On the Side, one of your favorites, like that's one of my favorite songs to perform live. It's like amazing for crowd engagement. And so that's a big part of it. Like when I like love one of my songs, it's also because like I performed it live and it has gone over so well.
Inspirations, you say you're from Maryland, right? How's the rap scene or hip hop scene over there? And do any of those guys inspire you?
Definitely to that question real quick. But yeah, so the scene, 2 things, I'll answer it in 2 parts. The first part is I think that I am not the best person to talk about the scene because, so like I was in college for 4 years up in Philly, and so all of my show experience, like all my performing experience where I really like...
That's close enough, right?
I mean, yeah, for sure. It definitely is. Like I definitely feel like a kinship with everybody in the like mid-Atlantic region, like the Philly, Maryland, Delaware like region. But because of that, like when you're not in a certain city for your formative years, it's, you know, you're coming into it. So even though I grew up here, I was born here, I love it, like this is my home, I'm still like getting acclimated to the scene here and learning who people are. That being said though, I'm very inspired by the people in the area. I think the area is like, it's still overlooked, even though we have people like Gold Link with like Crew that like totally blew up, and he's like really repping for Maryland obviously. And like people on the come up that are kind of like with Gold Link a little bit, like Cicero. I'm actually going to play a show with him in a few weeks. Like he's fire and he's inspiring and he's like doing really good stuff. And, you know, people like Internet James, like is doing really good stuff. A friend of mine, Manny Wells, who actually just toured with Jadenda, like he's doing amazing stuff. And he's like in his own lane. So I really do think that like, if I could say anything about like the DMV's sort of art and scene, is that it's a community that's overlooked, that really knows how to do things on its own, and is, you know, not afraid to just kind of be in its own lane. And that's something I'm very proud of, regardless of if I've, you know, been here for my whole life or if I had been here for a year. In terms of going back on inspirations though, like who inspired me originally, like there was in terms of my flow, there was this like freestyles B-sides like album that Tech Nine put out like probably in like 2007 or 2008 when I first started like writing, and he had this freestyle on it called Speed of Sound, and it was a cappella, so it wasn't even like a song, it was like 45 seconds, but I would listen to that on repeat all day long. I'd like sneak my headphones into school so I could listen to it because I wanted to rap like him. So people that inspire me are not just like people who rap, but just people who can craft amazing songs.
From the project, there's definitely sequences where you rap fast, and I think that's what a lot of people will gravitate towards, rapping fast.
Right, right, right.
You said you perform locally, right?
Yeah.
Out of all the shows, who's your favorite artist that you've been able to perform with, and who are some of the artists that you want to perform with in the future?
All right. So my favorite one was actually probably like a month ago. I opened for Dumbfounded. You know Dumbfounded?
Yeah, he was one of the dudes that I first heard about on YouTube, like back when I first started.
Oh,
Him,
dang. That's
D
amazing.
Pride, you know D Pride, Traffic,
Yeah, absolutely.
Timothy De La
Yeah.
Ghetto. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are like one of the
Yeah.
first. Wax as well. Those are one of the first
Damn,
people.
all right, word. Yeah, you're hip. You're more hip than I
Yeah.
am. That's great. Yeah, Wax is fire. Oh my goodness. I remember. All right. Yeah, but anyway, yeah,
That's cool.
so I opened for Dumbfounded. And he was just like, every person I've opened for has shown me love in some kind of way, but he showed me so much love that he like shouted me out when he went on stage. Like he not even just like shouts out to the local opener. He was like, shout out to Jahn Rome. Like, he go visit him in his merch table, and like, you know, like people lined up to take pictures with me and stuff after. It was like the most love I've ever gotten from a headliner. And like before the show, we were just like chilling backstage, and we didn't really have a green room because we were the local opener. But he just opens his door and he's like, "Yo, you guys want to take a shot?" So me and my team just go in there, take a shot with him, talk, and just see how their tour is going. And it was just like the most love and the most chill that I've ever received from a headliner. Completely. And it's one of those things where it's like that inspires me to be a headliner like that one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Any artists that you want to perform with? To answer the second part.
Somebody who looks like they have so much fun on stage, and I would love to open for them because I think our vibes would mix, is Kyle. Like super duper Kyle.
Yeah.
I think he's like, I mean, we definitely have different, like, I make, you know, slightly different sounding music maybe, but I think our vibes are similar in the way that we interact with crowds and the way that we really just want everybody to have a good time.
Yeah, definitely both like up tempo sounds, so I can see it.
Right, exactly. So I would love to open for him.
So 5 to 10 years, we'll say 5. Where do you see yourself as an artist on the internet, making music, and as a person?
Oh man. 5 years. I'll be 29 years old. That's scary. Touring, absolutely touring.
Touring?
No matter, I'm gonna figure it out. No matter what happens between now and then, I gotta be touring, because that's the whole point of this, is to go out there and meet people and connect with people that appreciate the art. You know what I mean? I obviously at a bigger stage than I am now. Ideally, I would love to be able to travel, not just from touring, but like I would love to be able to be in LA a lot, but like still be a big part of the music community here. Because I think a big thing, especially 5 years from now, when I have more credibility and I'm sort of like more of a veteran in the scene, like I want to bring opportunities that I get by, you know, traveling to LA or New York City or something like that,
And bring them back,
back
with
to
you, right?
Maryland. Yeah, because I really believe in like giving people like me, I don't know, 2 years ago, like totally just like feeling defeated, like I have no opportunities, there's no way for me to get opportunities, and a lot of that was me just feeling sorry for myself. But I don't even want artists to get to that point. Like I want to be able to build something, not just that that helps, you know, the artist already here to put this area even more on the map than it already is, but help the artists that feel like there's nothing there for them, to be like, yes, there's a lot here for you, like, and I'm going to be doing something for you so that you feel empowered to be an artist and to really go for it. Because I didn't have a lot of that when I was starting out, but, you know, every once in a while something would come along that would remind me, you got to keep going, you got to keep going. And I want to be, you know, something that helps build a community that tells people to keep going.
Yeah, for sure. That's the same thing I go by as well, you know. You always want to see people like that make good stuff, whether it's music or YouTube videos. You always want to see them be successful. And I know it could be hard sometimes because like you're like, man, I put so much effort into this and it only got so and so amount of plays, or like it's just so disheartening. But I think once you get there, it'll be worth it. That's what I tell myself as well. Once you're there and you're able to put other people on that you enjoy, I think that's when it's going to be worth it, like rather than just monetary value. So yeah,
definitely. I couldn't agree more. 100%.
Thank you for coming on. I
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
it so much for so long. Comes out June 30th, correct?
June 29th, but the headlining
June
show is
29th.
June 30th. Yeah, the first headlining show June 30th though. Yeah.
So let us know in the comment section below if you've heard the album project so far. Which is your favorite song? I mentioned mine in this video, so let me know yours in the comment section below. All of Jahn Rome's social medias will be in the description below for you guys to check out as well. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Man, just thank you for having me so much. Thank you to everybody who listened to this. Thank you to everybody who will listen to my music after hearing this. I never forget. I never take it for granted. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Don't go, don't leave. Don't go, don't leave. Don't run, just freeze. Just be right here to talk this out, you'll see. Don't go, don't leave. Don't go, don't leave.